Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, ladies. We have Cindy King. Good morning. And Barb. Barb, you still got snow over there, or did it kind of dissipate overnight? Oh, oh my goodness. What a day. What a week. Let me tell you, last week I burned up a computer. I mean, the computer was like not even 6 months old, and I burned a chip. So I had to send it in. Well, I got this trip coming up. So I'm thinking, no, oh my, what am I going to do? So pulled out the backup computer, put everything together, did my work all week. The new repaired computer came back on Thursday, and I've been fussing with that for 2 days, trying to reload everything, knowing that I had today's show. Um, so I loaded just the bare minimum just to get by until I get back from trip. Oh, the snow. Yes, Barb, the snow melted. We may see some flurries today. 'Tis the season. Yes, it is. It is. Um, right now we're sitting at 37 degrees, hoping that it'll hold. Taking a train. Trains are cold. Think I might bring two jackets. So, what are we doing today? Oh, that's right. We're going to talk about taking things higher. Taking things higher. There's a new product on the market. I saw a posting for it, I don't know, 3, 4 months ago, and I've been waiting for it to be released. Well, it was. And here it is. It is called, oh, can you see that? I got so much glare. Floriani High Loft Dimensional Topping and Stabilizer. Now, you can only get this from your Floriani dealer, but basically, what it is very thick wash away stabilizer. You know that stuff that we use to make freestanding lace, um, and in some cases patches. This stuff. Oh, I guess I could, huh? This stuff is basically the same stuff, only much thicker. In fact, it's about 2 millimeters thick, which is about the thickness of your thinnest 3D foam product, and it can be stacked. You can put more than one layer in there, and it will kind of stay together. But what do you use it for? Well, I tell you what I wanted to find out about. I tell you why I wanted to get this so that I could test it. Um, I have, oh, sorry, hair in my eye. I have uh, digitizing clients coming often to ask me to do 3D puck designs for them using very, very narrow satin column stitches. And I have to tell them that, if you're going to use foam, you really should. You're right, Barb. And I was trying to remember what that was called, Huff and Puff or Puff and Stuff and Puff and Foam or something. But yeah, I'm sure it's the same type of product. Um, but clients would come to me and want to do this really, really narrow raised satin effect using foam. And it doesn't work well with 3D foam, embroidery foam, because it just it it compresses. The reason foam stays elevated, is that my elevation? The reason foam stays elevated is because you have this span of thread. You make a needle penetration and it jumps over and makes a needle penetration. that span of thread will compress the foam slightly and less so. The wider the span, the less compression you have, which means that the closer the span is, the tighter it's going to get until it's just a raised satin. Doesn't give you the effect you're looking for. I Barb Floriani thread is amazing. The Floriani people put out some really good products, and I I like their products. I wish I had a Floriani dealer in my area. I don't. So I have to go searching the internet to find somebody that I can order from and deliver. But I finally I found I found the foam, or excuse me, the high loft. So here I did some testing with this because I'm not going to suggest it to my clientele, to my customers, until whether I know it works well or not. So I did. I did a test. I did two tests actually. Yep. Here's the first one. I have this file in my that I created um, to send my clients when they have their customers who are insisting on doing really narrow foam or really wide foam. You know, um, you can do wide 3D foam, but your machine may not be able to handle anything over 12 millimeters, which is why I send this test out so that people can show their customers what 3D foam is capable of and what their machine is capable of. If their machine starts reading a long stitch as a trim, it will cut and then jump over and cut and jump over. So this has got 16 millimeters. Did I do it? Yep, from 3 to 16 millimeters, so that people can show their customers what they can do on their machine. So what did I do? I used this sampler. I used this sampler to test high loft. So I set it up on the machine, working just like with 3D foam. I had it stitch out all my flat areas, in this case the text, stopped the machine, laid in the high loft, and let it stitch. After it was done, I rinsed it off, and it rinses really well. In fact, it rinses almost better than the wash away stabilizer that we use for freestanding lace. So, what have I found out? I really like it for the thin, narrow 3 millimeter satins. Even up to 6 millimeters is good. Somewhere around 7, I would suggest going back to 3D foam and then all the way up. The reason being is this stuff, it is there, it does raise it up, but the only thing holding the thread up at this point is the glue in the high loft. You do understand that this is just layers and layers and layers of a glue product. Okay? It's just glue. Where would you use this application? Cindy wants to know where to use this. Okay. Let's do some concerns first. Like I said, this is glue. If this product gets wet after you've used it for your application, if this product gets wet, it can be soggy and you may eventually lose the raised effect and have just loose threads, which could be an effect in itself. Um, so where would you use it? Freestanding lace, you could still use it for freestanding lace. Um, the freestanding lace, there's a new technique that I've recently been introduced to. It's been out there, but I did not have the understanding of how to make it work to, bind and hold like we've talked about with freestanding lace. Um, but this would work really well for the freestanding lace that looks corded, has, open areas. This would work really well for that. But overall, you're still going to get a better, cleaner stitch than with the high loft on your wider application if you're using 3D foam. Narrower things that you want some raised texture, things that are not going to get in the water extensively. You're not going to want to put it on a shirt front, since eventually you're going to want to wash that shirt so you could wear it again. Um, and then you're going to rinse out all of the glue that's keeping this raised. And like I said, on the narrower stuff, it looks really good. Can you see? I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that the stitches are not so smooth? Yeah, it looks pretty rough. So I thought, okay, so that's the 2 millimeter. What happens? What does it look like if I go and want to double it and do a 4 millimeter? Because remember, I said you can fold it over, and just like foam, you can stack it. Maybe you want to go 4 layers. So I did that. Now, keep in mind when I show you this that I used scrap pieces from when I trimmed away from this one. So I have 3 areas here that were not done. And I did that because, I wanted to see what it would do on the narrow and on the wide. And it does. It increased its height. Can you see that? Yeah. We increased the height, but it's still pretty rough. Okay. There are some applications for this. I really think um, freestanding lace is a big one. I can see it on hats, um, for really narrow lines, which is what I was interested in finding out. Oh, there is one other thing. When you go to use this, one of the things that I did, because I wasn't thinking, obviously I used water to rinse away all the excess. Everything that was kind of in here that I didn't want. So I used water, and then I rolled it up to wring it out. Do you know what I did? On these larger ones, I squished out the glue. So they're kind of hollow in here, which might be okay, might be the effect you want. I think when it comes to this product, I think the thing you need to do is you need to maybe get it and test it for yourself, see what you like. I'm definitely going to use it and suggest it to my people who want that narrower column. Still, it has its place, just like all of the tools we use in embroidery. You use the right tool for the job. For this one, narrow satins would be the right tool. You guys have any questions? You're right. It can be difficult. Trying to, Cindy wants to know, she's not really understanding the other applications that this product could be used for besides freestanding lace. In my world, what I'm considering is in um, using it on hats for very narrow raised effect without all the bulk of a raised satin stitch, which is actually 3 layers of satin. Let's see. Barb says it could be used on things that are not washed much. Seasonal pillows, totes. Yes, things that are not going to um, be wetted extensively. Let's see, what else is there? I'm again, my primary reason for getting this was for hat fronts for narrow satin. Um, what else could we use this for? This is where I need somebody like Eric Campbell who's been in the business long that Cindy, you're right. We would definitely have to put wash and wear instructions. Be my luck, the customer would wash those pillows and totes and it would fall apart. I probably I should have just washed this again to see what happens. I think it's got some very limited use, but it is out there and it is available. And I think it will give you your raised effect without. Hey, Debbie, ladies, Cindy, Barb, this is Debbie. She's one of my clients. She she's such a sweetheart. Oh, Cindy, Debbie's down in your area. And you're right, Barb, definitely wash and dry instructions. Eric has shown a flower with something like that. Um, very, very narrow. And I wonder if I could find something. And Debbie, yeah, we're just talking about this high loft. Floriani's got a new product. It's high loft dimensional topping. Basically, what it is it's your wash away stabilizer, only thicker. It's about 2 millimeters thick. It allows you to do raised embroidery without using foam. That's right, Cindy. I was just going to tell you, Debbie's down in your neighborhood. Um, Meaning, uh, Texas. Let's see. I'm going to do a little internet. Eric Campbell. See if I can't find his embroidery design. Go to images. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if it'll let me show. We're going to try. No, it's not going to do that. All right. So I found the image. Where'd it go? It was here just a moment ago. Let's see. Okay. Do 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 do. There he is. Do you see this one right here? That is that is an effect that he did. It's a It's a raised satin, and I believe he did use multiple layers. All right, ladies, yes, it's a big neighborhood. Texas is very big. Okay, she may be here and you may be here, but it's still Texas. You still live in the same neighborhood. But anyways, I do believe he used a water soluble stabilizer to get this effect. And ultimately, he said he rinsed it out completely so that the threads were loose. So um that is a garment application to give raised lettering, and again the threads are loose. So that is an application. Do we have anything else here? Oh, here's a better picture of it. I don't know if you can see that. Well, let me take you there. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. There you go. Let's see. Does that help? Can you see it? Texas forever. Texans. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got good things up here in the north too, you know. Like snow. Right, Barb? Snow can be good. People like snow. But again, this is a raised effect that's on a garment that is not left stiff. Ultimately, it can be washed and worn, and the threads are going to be kind of loosey goosey when it's all said and done. You're right, Cindy. I think you just have to know what the end result will be, that the customer knows, which is why we, the providers of these services, should test whatever application we're considering offering so that we know what its strengths and weaknesses are, so that we can pass that information on to our customers so that they in turn can make an informed decision as to whether they want to use this product or not. Yep, won't get me living in continuous heat. I like the seasons. You're right. Now, Barb, you've probably already gone through this, because you're already hitting snow. But we have got some magnificent color going on here. The oranges and the reds and the yellows and the golds. Yep, don't get that in Texas. I tell you. Um, so yeah, I think it's just a product that we could give a try. Um, of those of you here in this room right now, if you'd like me to send you a sample, I'm going out of town. I won't be back until late next week. But if you'd like me to send you a sample, just send me a message. Send me a message and I'll cut you off a swatch and send it to you. Barb says no snow. I'm sorry, Barb. Cindy says no snow for her. Yeah, I'm not a big snow person, but you know, Central Texas colors of fall. All right, so maybe Central Texas gets some color, but I'm sure it's not as vibrant as what we get up here in the north. Yeah. All right, ladies. So let's finish this up by saying give the Floriani High Loft a go. It's got some excellent instructions on the back. This particular package contains a 40-inch, it's 40-inch wide by a half a yard. All right. For the projects that we're going to use this, um, that's a lot. That is a lot of topper. So give it a try. And remember, Floriani does some really good stuff. So let's support them. Um, Again, I'm going out of town. I'm leaving today, taking the train. I know. After that last train ride, I said I was swearing off. But the train ride I'm taking today, it's only 7 hours, not 24. Um, and my round trip ticket was $48. I can't drive and get there for $48 teaching. So just to let you know, this trip I'm going to Cleveland to um to a training on Wilcom E4 software, which is one of the four softwares I use in digitizing. Jacket and a blanket and be safe. I will, Cindy, I promise. Um, the teacher is Maria. She's also the technical support manager. I've spoken with her on more than one occasion. I really am looking forward to meeting her. Um, class, oh, here, the train. The train arrives in the station in Cleveland at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to kind of hang out and try to find an all night diner. Yeah. And I'll take my blanket and my jacket. Yeah. Oh, TMG. Late to the live, so I'll have to watch the race. Yes, please. Um, Watch the replay. We're just talking about the Floriani High Loft Dimensional Topper. If you think of any ideas to go with that, what would you use it for? Pop in a comment. Like I said, I'm going out of town, but I will look for, I'll have my tablet with me and my internet, and I'll try my best at that whole thumb typing thing. All right. Anybody have any thoughts? I will try to be back on the air next Saturday, but after you go on a trip like that, it can be really exhausting. So we'll see. If if possible, I might even just do a quick hey, hi there, um, from the train. Alrighty. Ask your teacher what I will. That is an awesome idea. Cindy suggested that I ask, and maybe not just Maria, the teacher, the instructor, but maybe just the class in general, what they would use this product for. That's a good idea. And let's see what they come back with. Okay. With that, we're going to go ahead and sign off just minutes early, because I still have lots of things to do before the end of the day. Got to make sure that all the animals have food for the week. Got to make sure that the husband has food for the week. Um, so, anyways, you guys have a great week. I am obviously taking my computer and stuff with me. So, if possible, I'll try to do some work while I'm out there. Uh, oh, takes I'll take some with me. Um, and thank you, Cindy. I intend to sleep on the train, find a good breakfast in the morning, learn lots of great stuff, and then come back and share it all with you. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and play my end video. You all have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.
Wasn't that fun? Do you have more questions? Do you want to learn something new? Join me at quicktostitch.com for coffee and conversation, and we'll talk about it. Embroidery machines, designs, and business. Hope to see you soon. Bye now.
Bye, everybody. Ending. Have a good week.